What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be talking about one of the more recent releases in the Armaf Club de Nuit line. This one was actually my favorite of the three that I got recently. I got Urban Man Elixir, I got Untold. They were both nice. Untold I thought was better than Urban Elixir, but to be honest with you, I think Club de Nuit Iconic is the best of the three for my taste. I like my blue fragrances. This is a clone of Bleu de Chanel, and we're going to talk about it. So stay tuned. So before we jump into the review, I want to thank perfumeonline.ca for sending this fragrance my way, so I was able to spend some time with it and share my thoughts with you guys. For those of you not familiar with perfumeonline.ca, they're Canada's #1 online discount site. They have stuff like this from Armaf, these newer releases, cheap Middle Eastern stuff, cheap designers, mid-level designers, higher-end designers, niche, hard to find vintage, discontinued gems, all at competitive prices. Definitely check them out in the links down below. Now let's get into this review. So real quick, we'll take a look at the box. Here you go. Blue is my favorite color, so I was partial to it. I do think this is the best looking bottle. Has that similar shatter design to it on the bottle, just like you see here on the box, kind of like Club de Nuit Sillage. So this actually quite nice. You can see it's a fingerprint magnet, this holographic reflective stuff right here. I'm off on the top. Some more information on the bottom, and it's a box. Then, like I was saying, in regards to this bottle, I do think this is the best looking bottle of the group. Highly reflective, has a lot of fingerprint magnet potential here, but that metallic blue with that chrome mirrored silver finish, it just really works on this bottle. I'm a fan of the look. I really am. Nothing on the back, just more of that blue. Cap does click into place, and then standard silver atomizer here, and puts out decent. Let's talk about this scent. So when this one opens up, you're going to get a lot of citrus. Grapefruit lemon combo, freshness from the mint. You're going to get a lot of the top notes. I don't really get much of the coriander spice. As it starts to calm down, it becomes more about this fresh spicy smell. That's where I start getting more spices, gingery type of smell, this slight smoky incensey type of accord. It smells quite a bit like Bleu de Chanel, especially after that top note starts to calm down and settle into the heart a little bit. Just a few minutes in, there's no denying they were going the route of Bleu de Chanel. And for the money, I would say it's actually a great alternative to getting Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum. Performance we'll talk about in a little bit, but the scent on this one's actually quite nice. I have a fresh spray here as well. Just so rich, a little on the darker side for being a fresh blue fragrance, because this scent profile is kind of a lot of people's favorite blue fragrance. Bleu de Chanel is wildly popular for a good reason, and I was surprised it took them so long to clone it. I was actually disappointed when they first got announced. Like, really? Y'all didn't already have a Bleu de Chanel clone? Turns out they didn't, and I guess it was worth the wait to take their time, because this is one of the most accurate depictions of Bleu de Chanel. I put it up there with fragrances like Al Haramain's Amber Oud Blue Edition, for example, which is my favorite Bleu de Chanel clone. And I do have Bleu de Chanel Parfum. I have several other designer fragrances that have their take on Bleu de Chanel, Missoni Parfum Pour Homme, and so on. But this one kind of stands taller than a lot of them. Like I said, I put this up there with the Al Haramain Amber Oud flanker, because this one just really kind of scratches the itch when you're in the mood for that scent profile. It doesn't cheapen out and become too harsh and synthetic. Like, think Club de Nuit Intense Man, the original Eau de Toilette. That's kind of harsh and synthetic at the top. Club de Nuit Sillage, when you smell that up close, it smells cheap and chemically synthetic. Out in the air, it smells amazing, but up close. Whereas up close, this one doesn't do that to me. And out in the air, it's even better just getting whiffs of the sillage. The wearing experience is quite enjoyable. And obviously when you get into that dry down, it's going to be all about the woods. You still get that smoky nuance that hangs around. There's a little bit of muskiness here, but it's mainly about this lightly warm amber tone with a lot of warm woods, as the Bleu de Chanel DNA is kind of known for. Now, in regards to performance, that's where this one impressed me. I mean, most of the time, Armaf, they give out pretty good performance. It's been a safe wheelhouse type of range of 8 to 10 hours in longevity, more so in the 8 to 9 hour range most of the time when I've sprayed this on skin, so I can safely put it in that 8 to 10 hour range. I've had people tell me they get 10 hours and beyond. I've had people tell me they get 5 or 6 hours. So obviously your mileage will vary. It is subject to change. Everybody's skin chemistry is different. But for me, it's like, as long as I get 6 to 8 hours on any scent profile, I'm good, even the heaviest of fragrances. As long as I get 6 hours, I'm happy. Here I get well beyond that, like I said, more in the 8 to 9 hour range. Projection is in that kind of average arm's reach type of range. It's not going to really reach out and fill a room unless you just bathe in this stuff. If you're the heavy spraying type, yeah, you're going to reach out and grab more people. You're going to annoy more people, but you're going to reach out and grab more people at the same time. So there's potential for good and bad, for, oh, you sprayed too much, and, oh, you smell so good. So obviously, you need to see how it reacts on your skin and adjust the sprays accordingly for your situation and your skin chemistry reaction. But the projection on me, kind of average to slightly better, especially in that first hour. It's pretty loud in the first hour. I would say to about the 2 hour mark, you get kind of that arm's reach type of range. Then it sets a bit close to the skin with a mild to moderate sillage. Nothing super strong. I do get light whiffs throughout the remainder of the life of the fragrance, but nothing where it just hits me really strong, like, ooh, it's still going pretty strong. It's not like that. It's kind of that, oh, it's still there. It's one of those light whiffs type of things where it's not so weak that I hardly ever smell it from turning different directions and moving different ways. I do get nice light whiffs of it. So 8 to 10 hours longevity, roughly average, moderate arm's reach type of stuff for about 2 hours. And then the sillage is on the moderate to mild side. Final thoughts on Armaf's Club de Nuit Iconic. I'm a fan of this one. This was my favorite of the three in my first impressions. This is my favorite of the three after spending time, and this is the third review. I reviewed the other two first, and I kind of worked my way up with Urban Man Elixir being my least favorite of the three. Still nice, just my least favorite of the three. Untold, I thought was very good. That actually got a 0.5 point bump. Its first impressions rating was a 7. Its full review was a 7.5. This one, I want to say, was a 7.5. Might have been an 8. I think I gave it an 8 in my first impressions. And that hasn't changed if that's what it was, because I think it's great. I think it is an 8 out of 10 type of fragrance. The scent profile is highly versatile, super easy to like. It smells like Bleu de Chanel. Of course it does that. The performance is great. It's not a monster performer, but it is very long lasting and very noticeable without being overwhelming. So across the board, I think that makes for a great fragrance. So Club de Nuit Iconic, 8 out of 10. Well, that's the review. Thank you once again to perfumeonline.ca for sending this my way so I was able to spend some time with it. I will sporadically wear this here and there over time. I have amassed a ridiculous collection at this point, so sometimes some great fragrances will sit for a while before I go back to them. Probably going to end up being the case with this. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm wearing it tomorrow. I have other things lined up in the next several days, but I do really enjoy this one, hence the reason it got the 8 out of 10. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What do you guys think about this? Those of you that have it or have tried it, did it underwhelm you? Did it overwhelm you? Did you really enjoy it? Do you love it? Is it a pass? Do you regret buying it and you got rid of your bottle? I'm interested in seeing what you guys think. Did this video help in any way for those of you considering getting your nose on it? Definitely let me know, and there's a link down below if you want to grab it from Perfume Online, which is where this bottle came from. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on Club de Nuit Iconic and you give it a spray now, there's always that chance you'll thank me later, right? Have a good one, guys.